What is up, everybody? My name is Andrew, and welcome back to Space Engineer Survival. This is episode number 39, and last episode we did all this PAM stuff where we upgraded the PAM base, and we were going to work on the AMG Sandstorm a little bit, but we ran out of time. So this episode, that's going to be primarily what we're going to be doing. Now, off camera, I did a little bit of work on the PAM base, making it look a little bit nicer. So now we have this nice PAM sign right here, all the way on the top. We also have a staircase that goes up on the left, right here. And this goes around the back, which goes to another staircase, which goes up to the top, where you have, you know, a couple more staircases that you can take. So just a couple of ways that you can get around the base, which are going to be pretty nice. In addition to that, I added a couple more O2H2 generators right here. I added a sound block as well as an AI defensive block, which is what you guys were telling me that I really should add. Now, the AI defensive block triggers these two timer blocks based on if it sees an enemy, and if it does, it'll turn on that sound block, so we'll have a nice little siren going on, and I think that'll be kind of cool. And then finally, I moved this a little bit forward, so we have our cargo container out here instead of having to go in there. So that's all the stuff that I did off camera. With that, I think we're good to leave this PAM base here for now until it gets attacked. Where we'll be able to see our weapons actually get used. But anyway, let's get in the barista here, and we're gonna go on over to the main base where the AMG Sandstorm is, and we can do most of our work there. So 8 to disconnect, and let's head on over. A side note, about halfway into this episode, the Contact update is going to drop along with the Contact Pack DLC. I'm recording this like an hour before that live stream, so you know, there might be a cut in the video, and then we'll come back and we'll have all the new cool items that I can show you guys. Well, I can show you guys in the menu. We probably won't have any of them with us. But anyway, let's land the barista. We'll use its actual parking spot this time. We haven't used that in a long time, have we? We've mostly been using the other parking spot there. There we go. There's the connection. Let's press number 8, lock that in, and we're ready to go. I really need to set this thruster to be on the same... Here, you know what? Let me do that real quick. All right, let's see if that took. Perfect. There we go. Okay, that shouldn't bother anyone anymore. All right, now... let's do some AMG Sandstorm work. So 2 episodes ago, we actually, when I was horribly sick and sounding really, really weird, we did a little bit of work over here. And actually, I added this literally just for the thumbnail, and it's still there. That's kind of funny. But we did a little bit of work over here, made this room look a lot better. I think maybe we'll finish off this room so that it's looking nice and good, and then we'll move on to the next stuff for the AMG Sandstorm, which I don't know what the next stuff will be. I have to turn those thrusters off. We definitely need to work a little bit on this area right here. And there's probably a couple more blocks. Yeah, all these blocks need to be added. And then this whole front area probably needs to be done. So maybe we'll do all that stuff. We'll see what we get up to. But let's finish this room first. And actually, it looks like we probably have a barista weld to do before we do anything else, I'm thinking. Oh, last episode in the comments, someone asked me how you get this thing where you can use 2 search bars. It's this button right here. If you do this one, it shows only your character inventory. If you do this one right here, it shows the inventory of the ship that you're in. And with that, you can actually do a search bar in this one, like for Welder cargo. And this one right here, I could just search for my dot connector. And then, yeah, you have 2 search bars. So both of them you can turn to inventory or connected inventory. In addition to that, you can also do energy inventories. You can do ship inventories so that you don't see all the connected inventories. That one's really helpful. You can do storage inventories, and you can do system. I hardly ever use these 3, but the ship one I use all the time. And then, of course, you have hide empty. Only showing you guys this stuff because some people haven't seen it before. So there you go. It took me a long time to learn about this ship inventory one, which really, really helps. Yeah, okay. Anyway, we're gonna add a bunch of steel plates in here. We're also gonna add a bunch of metal grids, if I can find them. Yep. All right, let's head out. Number 8. There we go. Okay, I was looking at that one thruster that we set and make sure it actually turned on, and it looks like it did. Perfect. All right, you know what I'd like to see in this episode? I'd like to see a reaver attack. I think we need another reaver attack this episode. Okay, this is gonna be a little tricky to actually get down here and weld all this stuff, but we're gonna do the best that we can. It's because it's a little bit tight. Can you imagine the gigantic hangar that we built is a little bit tight? It would be nice if we built it maybe a little bit larger even. Any heavy armor that we get is a huge bonus because every single heavy armor block requires like 2 trips. Ow, ow. Maybe I should be in 3rd person for this, I don't know. Okay, so for this, we might have to do like a side thing, which I don't know if our ship can even really handle this, but we're doing it. Just pretend that the entire ship is sideways and we're right side up, and everything will be fine. I'm actually very impressed with the barista's ability to handle this. Unfortunately, though, what the barista cannot handle is getting the stuff over there. I don't think we can actually get inside this this ship unless we go in through here. Ow! Barista's gonna have some bruises. Let's try this. There we go. Get as much as we can there. We'll try and weld up a little bit of this. This is all like repair welds. In fact, actually, we can do quite a bit over here because all of this, I believe, was heavy armor. Ugh. You know, this AMG Sandstorm might be one of our only non-coffee themed ships because it predates the series. Interesting. Isn't it weird that we somehow ended up getting a coffee theme for this series? I find that a little weird. I mean, to be fair, I did start it, I guess, with the whole coffeini thing, but I could not imagine that it would transform the entire series into like a coffee themed thing where every single ship is coffee themed. Okay, we're gonna repair a couple thrusters while we're here, if we have the stuff for them, which it actually looks like we do. These are turning on as we repair them. So that's a good sign. Try and get that guy right there. I think we probably run out of steel, out of metal grids at this point, but yeah, we definitely have. But we can still repair these as much as we possibly can. I do know they require a hefty amount of metal grids, but we'll do our best. Okay, let's see what I'm missing for this. Yeah, just large steel tubes and metal grids. Okay, that's not that bad. And then these guys, it's gonna be just the metal grids. Okay, so we were able to repair quite a bit of the back. All these gray blocks are ones that we've just repaired. So you can see that we've done a lot. Now, I think previously we had a weapon right here. So we had 3 weapons at the back, one right there, one right there, and one right there. I think we're only gonna go for 2 this time. We're gonna skip one of the weapons on the back, and we're gonna primarily focus on adding weapons to the side and to the top. So we'll try and add maybe, it'd be nice to have like a weapon, maybe flanking weapons, one right there and one over there or something. Or maybe just, I don't know, we might redo this a little bit because we've redone this area. We've redone the front as well. We might redo the top. It occurs to me that the ship was not symmetrical. If you look at this, it's got 5 blocks in between these two bars here. You can see that the big column here is coming down right where this thing is, and the same on this side, it's coming down right where that thing is. But then if we go to the other side, you'll notice that there's only 4 blocks in between, and the column on this side is coming down over thrusters, whereas the column on this side is coming down over that thing. So apparently things were not symmetrical. I don't know how I didn't notice that. Wow. Yeah, look. If you follow that block down, it doesn't match up to that. Huh. Good job, me. That's funny. So what I'm thinking here is we put a couple of windows in right there where those blocks, we'll do double windows so it's still kind of strong, but we'll do windows nonetheless. And I think that'll look kind of cool. Fortunately, I don't know that there's like a half window that I can put that would go right there. Okay, I could try something interesting. If I do this block right here all along the side, it doesn't match with what we have up here, but I could change what we have up there a little bit. Let me see what it looks like here. That's not bad. But what I could also do is I could turn these into these blocks. Like, that's not bad right there. That kind of matches with that. And then this right here, I turn into like a big heavy bar, kind of like this right here going all along. Actually, maybe, you know what? Why not do away with the heavy armor? Because we have double pane here. We can just do light armor. Okay, so that's how that little section would look, basically. I don't think that looks that bad, honestly. From here, you'd be able to see out, kind of, a little bit. I mean, you have this little bar thing blocking, but yeah, I think that looks pretty good. All right, there we go. That's what I've got so far now for this little corner change. I think it looks pretty good. You got these nice little windows out there that you can use to look out. So over here we've got little windows, and over here we've got also little windows. I guess that does make this a little bit weaker, but if something wants to shoot our stuff over here, they would have to not only shoot through the weak point, which will be the window, because it's only 1 block thick as opposed to 2 blocks thick up there. So they'd have to shoot through that, and then they'd also have to shoot through whatever's here, probably to hit the ships. They'd have to be like directly like broadside to us and hit the ships in here. So I don't know, it'd be a little tough. It'd be a tough shot to make for sure. But I mean, and of course, if I wanted to make this even thicker, I could of course put another set of blocks, you know, right there. Turn it around so it's like this. So then now there's 2 windows thick if I wanted to do that. But I might just put stuff in front of this. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, that's what we've got so far. It's looking good. Oh, we got a Reaver Butcher. Uh-oh. Okay, it's coming from over there. Do we want to grab the... How big are you? Ooh, it actually looks quite large. Okay, let's get in the recaffeinator here. It's go time. Number 8, I have to imagine that we have ammo still left over. Let's go ahead and start locking onto this. And it looks like it's actually gonna attack our tiny little base over there, so that's a little scary for me, but we're gonna let this thing fly. Oh, everything's firing. That's a massive ship. That's not good. Oh, we're getting a little close to this thing. I need my railguns to start engaging. I don't know if they have already. They might have. Okay, we're going a little far. Let's get a little closer. Our base is engaging, so that's good. That's all we really care about, because the base has the big guns. Reaver Butcher, this thing is large. It's a large ship. This is definitely a large grid ship. So hopefully our railguns... Oh, there we go. That's a good hit. What's our altitude? Altitude's fine. Okay. I need to keep an eye on it, otherwise we'll go down. All right, we're getting a little close. Maybe a little too close for comfort for me. But we're just going to keep firing. We're going to keep peppering it as much as we possibly can. I think it might be down for the count. I'm not seeing any more shots coming off of it. But we're going to keep firing until it goes down. Well, actually, I guess we can stop firing here. Yeah, it's definitely going down. Hopefully it doesn't go down on our base. Where's it going to go down? I don't know where it's going to go down, but somewhere in between this. Oh, yeah, the base is still firing. But I think we're okay. The Reaver Butcher has been dealt with kind of swiftly. I mean, it was a fight. It was a little bit of a fight. And in fact, we've taken a little bit of damage, but not that much. There we go. The ship has gone in 2 parts. It looks like that's probably going to stay there until it gets shot down by our base. All right, let's go ahead and park this thing. We'll come out with the scrapper, and we'll scrap what we can of the ship. Take a quick look here. Yeah, it's still kind of just sitting there. I think I need to tell all my guns to only fire when there are weapons on board, because I don't think there are weapons still. It's just being held up by the thrusters there. Oh, yep, looks like it has fallen over there. Nice. Let's hop inside this thing. Alrighty, let's get out there. Big ship to scrap. And I'm glad we got a Reaver. That's good, a Reaver Butcher. That was, I think maybe the first time we've taken down one of those. I'm not sure, though. But it was bigger than most of the Reavers that come by here. Ooh, what are you? We got some little containers over here for us to eat. If it's ice, I'm not going to take it. Yeah, I'm not going to take any ice. Silicon stone. I don't really care about that. We have plenty of it ourselves. I will, however, take ammo. Okay, it looks like this might be one of the bigger crash sites here. So we'll scrap as much as we can of this stuff. And it looks like it's got some thruster components. That's good stuff. Okay, I don't know where the other stuff crashed. I don't think it crashed in here, did it? No. Yeah, I don't know where the other stuff crashed. So we're not gonna be able to get the rest if there is any, unless it crashed in here? No, not there either. Yeah, there was definitely another crash site somewhere, but I don't know where that would be, because I'm not seeing anything. Okay, well, either way, we got enough materials. We got quite a bit. All right, we're back at the base, and we now have a lot more materials. We're richer by a couple materials. Let's get back to the AMG Sandstorming. Although actually, you know, it's 15 minutes until the live stream, so I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a little cut right here. When I come back, we'll have all the new stuff from the new update that I can show you guys. So that's gonna be fun and interesting. So I'll see you guys in a bit, and time for an update. Okay, guys, we are back, and oh my gosh, I am blown away by what I saw in the live stream. It's been like 5 hours since then, and when I was watching it, I sort of knew what to expect, but they dropped so much more than I thought they would. I'm impressed. Everything's in the game now, so the contact update has officially dropped, and let's check out what they've added. I have done a showcase video already. I did that like pretty much between the live stream and now, so I've been doing video non-stop, but here we are. So they added all the Prototech stuff. I'll just show you guys this. We obviously can't build this, but they added a Prototech jump drive, large grid and small grid, a Prototech thruster, large grid and small grid, a Prototech refinery, large grid and small grid, a Prototech assembler, only large grid, a Prototech gyroscope, large and small grid, a Prototech battery, large and small grid, and a Prototech drill, only large grid. So they added all these things, which are basically like better versions of stuff that we already have. The Prototech jump drive, for instance, a small grid jump drive, that's insane. That means we could put a jump drive on the recaffeinator if we want to. We can't build any of this stuff though, because look at the components it requires. A Prototech frame. Where the heck are we gonna get a Prototech frame? In addition to that, it requires a lot of other Prototech stuff. The only way to get this literally is to go find it. And where do we find it? Right there. Unidentified signal. I think more will pop up. Those things are gonna spawn in space, and they're gonna spawn on the planet. You know, they'll spawn anywhere. But if we go and visit one of those, the chances are that we'll find, you know, one of those things. In addition to that, they dropped a DLC. I'll show you guys that as well real quick. The Contact DLC. They've added some floodlights, you know, square pistons, some new gates, new antenna, some new blocks that maybe we can use over there in the AMG Sandstorm, you know, where we were having a little bit of trouble with the blocks over there. Actually, I think right here in particular, we can find a really good use for some of those blocks. So we might redo how this is done. And same with over there, we might redo how that one's done also. They added new versions of the turret, so these are actually functionally the same as the normal turret, but they're like a better looking sort of thing for large and small grid. Same with the rocket turret, and they added a bunch of small grid, cool looking things like bunks and sinks and ovens and all this stuff on small grid. So yeah. Lots of new DLC stuff, lots of other stuff that we can mess around with. Oh, one other thing, actually. And in fact, you know what? While we're here, let's put this new thing right here. I'm gonna go ahead and remove these. We have a little bit of a lag spike there. Hopefully that's not a reaver spawning in. Hopefully it's not the game crashing. Okay. So we're gonna remove this connector right here, and we're gonna remove the other one as well, but here, let's do this. If I go into my connectors, one of the new blocks they added is an inset connector. Look at this thing. It's got, oh, it's actually got 2 connections. That's interesting. I didn't know that was the case. That's actually really good. Inset connector, this is a free block, not a DLC. So I can put that down right there, and I can weld that guy up right there, give it the same paint as the rest of the stuff. Kabam. Oops, did I do it properly? Yep, there we go. And we now have this inset connector, which fits perfectly in line with this stuff right here. I love it. We're gonna do it on this side too, because why not? Yeah, that's weird. It's got 2 connections. It doesn't have 3. It's got 2 connections. It's interesting. But anyway, yeah, we now have this hooked up. It looks pretty nice. We have our inset connector right there. So that's looking good. All right. So yeah, that was the update anyway. And I was really impressed with everything that they added in this update. I think it's gonna be a cool one. So let's get back to work on the AMG Sandstorm, and if one of those unidentified signals spawns a little bit closer, which it might happen in this video or it might happen in a future video, we'll go and check it out. Although I don't know that we're perfectly equipped with it just with the recaffeinator, so I don't know. But if one spawns near us, we'll definitely seize the opportunity and go explore it. All right, we're gonna have a little bit of fun right here with the new blocks. I'm putting 2 connectors right there, one on the left and one on the right, and what we're gonna do on there is we're gonna put a turret. We're gonna use our new turrets here, our Gatling turret type 2, so we can see what those look like along with placing them down somewhere on the ship. This is gonna give us more weaponry in the front, which I do like. So one goes right there, and we'll throw the other one right there. Those are gonna be our Gatling Mark IIs, and they look really cool in my opinion. So let's build those up. And, oh my god, it lagged right when I smashed myself into the ground. I thought I died. Okay, there's one of them, so you can see what it looks like. It's very similar to the normal Gatling, but it looks more like one of those things you see on the front of like an aircraft carrier that shoots down missiles. And it doesn't, I don't think it fires any differently, but it definitely is functionally equivalent to a Gatling gun. So it's not like, even though it looks beefy and cool and awesome, it's the same thing as a Gatling gun. Well, let's get the other one built up, and we'll build some blocks around this. Unfortunately, I don't think we can build blocks all, like within this radius here. but that should be fine. I don't think that's going to be a problem. And there we go. All right, we now have two nice little Gatling guns on the front that will shoot at anything that, you know, needs to be shot at. So this, I believe, is where we used to have the railguns. I think we're going to remove the railguns. I'd like to go for mostly automatic weapons here. So I think it's fine that we put that here, because previously the railgun would have gone out to like here. So that should be okay. In fact, what I could do if I want to have another weapon, although I think, yeah, we only have that area right there. So here's what I'm thinking. If I remove these blocks right here, all these heavy armor blocks, and then I put something like that right there, then I should be able to here, put a normal light armor right there. There we go, something like that. That gives me enough space to put another Gatling turret down right here. Although we don't have enough space down here, unless I remove this bit. But yeah, that would be kind of cool. We'd have 4 Gatling turrets on the front. You know, I'm thinking actually maybe what I want to do is I want to put this Gatling turret back there on that block, because that shouldn't be that broken up by not having armor right there, and then instead put a custom one right here that fires forward. That might not be a bad idea, but in order to do that, I will have to remove all this stuff right here, which I should be fine with because it's not even connected to this. Technically, it's only for show. Okay, there we go. Looks like the ship's floating now, but that's fine. Now I can put that there. I'll have to grab all the ammo that falls out of this without being sent to the ground. Okay, yeah, I think this is gonna work a little bit better. While we're working on the AMG Sandstorm here, if you'll allow me to go on a little tangent, between the last recording session and now, I was responding to some comments, and someone mentioned how funny it is that this car's down here so that I can drive around and this giant area, and thought, how funny would it be if we were to create some sort of tunnel that went all the way from here to the PAM base? Would it be possible? I think technically we could do something similar because the planet is rounded. So if I just go straight from this point right here and just dig out an area, we should be able to come out, I don't know, somewhere like here, which would be kind of cool. So I kind of want to try it. This is crazy, but I do kind of, as mega projects go, it probably won't be that mega because we do have the ability to mine straight as well as the mining ship up there. I kind of want to try it and see what happens. So I'm just gonna, like, you know, get rid of that. We'll rework that a little bit back there. Let's see. If I remove this block right there, I want to move all of those up to probably there because a car will be able to go under here. So let's try this. This is insane. This is crazy, but I really want to try it to see what happens. There we go. Turn this right there. Oops, nope. Turning is being a little bit weird. Let's do that right there and that right there, and then let's get these built up. Okay, so the blocks right there are now where I want them. So now all I have to do is pretty much mine straight right here until we come out onto, I guess, the ground. And then technically we'll have a way to get down here with a car, which would really, you know, be all the way out there, but I think that'd be kind of interesting. And then if we wanted to, we could do the same thing all the way out to that side, and maybe that would end up at that hole. I don't know, this would be really interesting. It's a little crazy, but let's get a projector here, and we're gonna project a straight line off of this block going forward. So projector. Okay, we're gonna use our templates. I have 100 blocks. I think 100 blocks is the biggest one that I have. So yeah, we're gonna use 100 block template right up here. That's the one we were using for the other tunnel that we have. All right, there we go. So it's now in here. It's under the block right now, but it's basically right down here. There it is. So it goes 100 blocks that way. So let's get the Macchiato Grande, or is it just the Macchiato now? No, it's still the Macchiato Grande. Perfect. And let's try this. It has been a little bit since we've used this little ship, but this ship right here is one of the MVPs. I think MVPs probably for the series go Barista, then Recaffeinator, then maybe the Macchiato Grande being the most used ships. But okay, we're just gonna mine straight this way and see what happens, basically. Oh man, I can tell we're almost out. Look at this. We're starting to see the upper layer of the ground here. So we are almost into the... Oh yeah, there it is. There's the ground. I think we lost our... Yeah, we lost our block. So I'm going to leave this right here. How much time do you have? 13 hours. Okay, that's perfect. Yeah, so where did we end up? We actually ended up not that far outside of base. I think that's where we thought we were going to end up as well, just because it goes into a valley right there. But that is cool because that means we now have an escape tunnel that leads us all the way out to here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some blocks in here, make this actually a decent looking tunnel. So let's go in here. I'm going to put some probably some normal steel plate block down the middle. Actually, let me see. Because this is big enough that we can bring the barista down and we can weld everything up super easily. So I think, yeah, here's what I'll do. I'll do a normal steel plate block down the middle. Now I won't need that many because it's not 100 blocks. It's like 160 blocks that we have to go. But yeah, let's do this. Maybe we'll do steel plate down the two sides. Yeah, we'll do this. Actually, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do steel plates on the outside. Okay, I knew I'm gonna come to regret this, but we're using pipework blocks down the middle just because they look cool. I just really like the look of those pipes under the mesh right there. So we're gonna do that. It's gonna take a long time for us to actually get all those down, but whatever. We'll get it down eventually. We have the materials, we have the technology, right? So might as well make it look cool. All right, there we go. We have all the blocks laid down. So next job is to get the barista in here to weld up all this stuff. And that is going to be interesting. I think we should have enough blocks in storage. It's just we might have to do a couple trips to actually get it all. The steel plates we could probably do in one fell swoop if we only grabbed steel plates. And honestly, that might not be a bad idea. Although what I think I will do is I'll move these and replace them with our nicer blocks right there. Same with this. And we'll do that. So yeah, I think we'll do just one pass using only steel plates with the barista, and then we'll come back and do the other blocks. So where is the barista? Is it tucked away inside the parking spot? I think it might be, which is good. That's where we want it. Okay, so for this pass, we're gonna remove everything from here except for steel plates, and we're only gonna bring steel plates with us. 15K, definitely gonna be enough. Only leaves us 9K at the base. So I'll go ahead and throw, well, a bunch. You know what? Let's go for our dream of 50K steel plates. That's gonna require. We have probably like, we could probably do this 10 times and be fine. That's how much iron we have. We are missing stuff for the. What are these? What is this? It's not telling me what that is. I think they might have changed the look of these artillery shells. These didn't used to look like that, right? This must be part of the latest update that just came out yesterday at this point. I think maybe they changed the look of these sabos and the look of these artillery shells versus assault cannon shells to make them differentiate a little bit better. I didn't realize they would do that, but that's kind of neat. All right, let's head on over there. We've only got steel plates with us, so we're only doing the sides this time. And in fact, we probably got way more steel plates than we need for this, but better be safe than sorry. I don't think any of these require steel plates at all, other than the side pieces. So we're just gonna run down here. Unfortunately, we can't do these in one. Actually, this is gonna be tough. This actually might take a little bit of time. What I might do, in fact, is I might go sideways for this, because that'll make it a little easier. Presumably. So we could just go down like this. Okay, well, we're doing this for 200 blocks, so enjoy. Can't even do like a good time-lapse angle for this. You know what? There has to be a better way. Let's land back over there. We're gonna mine out a little bit more of this area so we have more space to work. All right, we're gonna weld a little bit of the top as well so that we actually, you know, have some space to maneuver in here instead of just scraping along the side, because that was a little rough. Okay, so let's get you over here. I'm gonna go in a little bit before I start this, but then we're gonna just, you know, get a little bit of this top section out of the way. All right, there we go. We've got this all set. And actually, while we were over here, I've had another idea, which I think is going to be interesting, but it's going to involve me making another vehicle. So let me park this a little bit further to the side, because we're going to make that vehicle right here. And this is going to be interesting. It's an idea that I've had before while I've been welding, but I've never done it before in Space Engineer. So we're gonna put it to the test and see if we'll see if it works. So what we're gonna be creating here in just a second is going to be a paving vehicle. It's gonna be a vehicle that's a car, but it has welders pointing down that you essentially just drive along this and it welds up everything that's under it. So that's the idea. It shouldn't be too difficult to make. All it's gonna have is pretty much cargo container and welders. That's pretty much it. So let's make this super quickly here. So for this particular one, I'm gonna use 3x3 wheels, and we're gonna make it, you know, quite wide, 5 blocks in the center. So we'll use our right suspensions over here. Oop. In fact, what I might want to do is I might want to leave space for the welders to be like in the middle right here. I think that'd be kind of cool if the welders were, oh, we have a Reaver. Reaver Invader has detected a potential threat. Okay, well, we're gonna go to the recaffeinator. Hopefully that doesn't decide to attack the Coffini base, because Coffini is not super well defended. In fact, that might decide to attack the Coffini base there. Well, let's try and engage it first so it doesn't do much damage to Coffini. Coffini does have a little bit of a defense, to be fair. Oh, that's actually a small thing. We're going way too fast. But luckily, it looks like it's set its targets on me now. So I'm happy with that. Let's just keep firing at it. And if a weapon's out of ammunition, that is not good. We might not have that much ammo. But main base is fighting, so that's we should be fine. It's a small little vehicle as well, so I'm thinking we might be okay. Oh, that was a big explosion. That might be it. Nope, it's still firing. I'm trying to strafe to the right a little bit here. Maybe I can hit that weapon. Yep, there it goes. Nope, it's still firing. Okay, well. Now it's got to be done, right? Yeah, I think now it's going down. That was going to attack the Coffini base, but I think we intercepted it just in time. So that before it hit the Coffini base, it kind of got locked onto us, and we were like, hey, no, we're here. But anyway, we'll try and grab everything we can as it lands here. Nice, graceful landing. And kerplunk. It's very graceful. As we land here, we will need to remember to repair, yeah, not only to repair this, but also to make sure it's got ammo still for the next fight. Oh, this is one of the things they added in the latest update, by the way, is those tiny little containers that you just saw. They added those for small grid stuff. So large grid gets the big containers, and small grid gets the tiny containers that that pop out when you break stuff. Yeah, see, there's one of them right now. They're little tiny containers, so you know if it comes from a small grid or a large grid. It's kind of cool. It looks like they took off an entire one of my little wings here. I guess, well, that's fair. It's served its purpose, right? Its purpose is to get shot at. I'm not gonna take all that ice, but yeah, there we go. We got some goodies. I'm glad they sent a small one after us this time instead of one of the massive ships like last time. Last one was a little bit too tough, but maybe they were just attacking the Coffini base, which is why it was a small engagement instead of a larger one. Let's head back to main base. And in fact, before we head back into main base, we are going to stop by in here as well. This is another one of those things that I need to repair. Maybe I'll repair this one off camera because these right there are broken. All right, there we go. It's getting those blocks over there. Nice. Okay, we have our other wing situated. Looks good. Okay, can you get that block right there? Those couple of blocks? Okay, there we go. I think that's everything. So let's go ahead and park the recaffeinator here. I'm telling you, man, the recaffeinator is a heck of a ship. This thing has survived so many battles. And keep in mind, the decaffeinator, which it's based off of, was only destroyed because the cockpit got shot out and the ship drove away, essentially. Okay, let's lock that right there. I'm gonna go ahead and transfer all this stuff over to here. So I don't think we were actually out of ammo. We have plenty of ammo in here. I think what had happened was one of our connectors probably broke. So I think we're fine on ammo. Okay, recaffeinator, you live to fight another day. All right, let's finish up our paving ship. So what do we want on this thing? I want a welder. Okay, so for this welding ship, I need it to be able to weld 5 blocks at once. So this should do pretty nicely. Those two will be able to weld these 3, and then this one will be able to weld that. Yeah, so this should be able to weld the entire thing. Now the other restriction is a height restriction where I need it to be less than 2 blocks high. That might be a little trickier. I could potentially bring these down 1 block, because currently they're not flush with the ground there. Wait, I had an idea. Oh, I have an idea. It's gonna be so cool. What if instead of doing it like this? Oh man, this is gonna be awesome. Okay, we undo this. I'm gonna make it a little more robust. Okay, so if I have a large cargo container right here and then have 2 hinges, because you can't do a piston unfortunately on small grid where it has big connections like this, I should be able to then put all my my welders on this side, and then I can actually change how it goes. So I can make it weld up to the top, I can make it weld the ground, I can really make it weld whatever I want on a rolling surface. So that'll make welding the ceiling extremely easy as well. Now the other thing that I want is a lot of cargo for this thing. And in fact, maybe I'll do bigger wheels also. Is that how I want it? I think that might be what I go with. Something like that. So that should be able to weld anything that I need just with those 2 hinges. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring the wheels forward as well. A little bit. Or can I? No, I don't know if I can actually. I'll just need to offset the weight then. Yeah, I think in this case 5x5 wheels are gonna make sense. Let me make sure this is gonna fit within 5 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's gotta fit within that. I think that will be fine. In fact, what I could do is I could bring this back even 1. All right, that's what we're looking at, sort of. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. It should have no problem aiming down, and I think aiming up won't be a problem either with those hinges. This is where we'll end up putting the batteries and stuff, so I'm gonna put a couple blocks in here. Oh, right, that's not bad. So we're gonna need we have a lot of storage in there just with the 2 large cargos. That's already double the storage of that ship right there. We could theoretically add more if we wanted to, but I don't think we're going to need to. Now, where do we want to put our batteries? Let's get the wheels actually welded up real quick. So there's the last wheel. Now let's get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 suspensions. Alrighty, so we are on the ice planet, which means having a battery or having ice power would not be a bad idea, and it would probably end up making it sound pretty neat as well. So what I might do is I might stick some of these guys on the side here or something. Go with a couple of giant batteries right there to give this thing enough power to weld everything. It probably won't need that much power, but it'll be nice to have them. I'll go ahead and remove that, and hopefully I can actually get out from under this thing. Yep, there we go, no problem. All right, so it's now on its own 2 wheels, and we can see that it should be under 2 blocks high. Yeah, easily under 2 blocks high. Well, not easily. I mean, it kind of cuts it close right there for sure. But it should be able to get under that, no problem. Now, what we're gonna need is some way to connect so that a ship can give it materials. So I'll put it on the back. I would put it on the top, but I don't want to make it any higher than this is already. I could also put it up here if I wanted to, but I don't know that that's a good idea either. So what we're going to use is one of the newer ones, which is the inset connector. They added this as of the latest update. So the inset connector is going to go like that, basically, just on the back. And it should connect with one of the large connectors right there. Let's go ahead and weld up all 3 of these things. There's the inset connector, and you can see what it looks like right there. I just really like the look of that. I think it looks really good. And it's got a couple connections out the side, just like the normal small grid connector. It's a good addition to the game. Of course, you guys know that because I already talked about it with the AMG Sandstorm. Guys, it's been a day since I recorded the last segment of this, so that's why I forgot about what I talked about already. All right, here's the last battery. So that's all 4 batteries welded there. So the ship has power now, and yeah, it's looking good so far. I think I'm gonna use the flush cockpit for this one. Let's see what it looks like. If I stick it right there, ooh, that won't look that bad. I can even put a little further forward, and in fact, that might look a little better. Let's see, it has a connection on this side, I believe, right? Yeah, so I could stick it right there. And if I stick it right there, then we have a little cockpit right there. It won't really be able to see. I don't think it'll be able to see over that. Let me see. Let's build it up real quick. So there's the door. Yeah, okay, we'll actually be able to see over this a little bit. And then if I actually hook up stuff to this, like ice and stuff, it will be able to recharge me as well. So I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna hook up some ice on this side over here. So let's do a similar thing. I don't care about having a way up on this side though, but we will go ahead and throw an O2H2 generator on this one. So right there, and then a double right there, so that we can recharge with ice. We'll throw a couple of hydrogen tanks over here as well, and then we'll throw some engines. There we go. Now all we have to do is connect everything together, and we'll have a fully functioning rover thing that looks kind of cool. This actually does look neat. All right, there we go. Everything is connected up, and I could do a redundant connection here if I want to. In fact, it might not be a bad idea. There we go, nice little redundant connection there. Okay. Do we have everything that we want? I just need to finish up making this look a little bit cool, and then I think we'll be good. Oh, we have to weld this stuff, obviously. Alrighty, that's everything built up, and it's looking good, if I may say so myself. I mean, it's looking like a crazy vehicle, but a crazy vehicle is exactly what we need. And it should... Okay, it drives around like crazy. All right, everybody, the ship is complete. I gave it a nice little paint job with some orange paint, a couple of lights everywhere to make it look a little bit nice, and I've given it a couple of timers as well to handle all the positioning of the of this thing. So it's actually very simple. So using the new set angle option for the hinges, what I can now do is I have timers with set angles where essentially, here, let me show you what these timers do. I have my hinge down here, and I tell it to rotate to an angle. I can tell it which angle to rotate to, and I can also tell it which velocity to give when I rotate there. So now I have one timer that puts it back to normal position, which it is right now. I have another timer which puts it into ground weld position, which is just that right there. So it's kind of aiming on the ground, and you can weld everything on the ground. I've got another timer that puts it into roof position for 2 block high things, which is what we're going to be able to use right now. So you'll see here, it would be able to weld anything that's 2 blocks high. Then I have another one here for 3 blocks high. I believe it's maybe this one. Yep, that's 3 blocks high. So this one right here, I can drive along and it'll be able to weld anything that's 3 blocks high. And then finally, I've got one over here, which will weld anything that is 4 blocks high. Just give it a second and it'll get up there. I have it going rather slow. You know, it could be sped up, but it's fine. So that right there will weld anything that's 4 blocks high. And so if I had blocks up there, you'll see that, yep, it'd be able to weld all that. So yeah, that is pretty much this. And then finally, of course, we have one to bring it back down to the center position. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove all this stuff right here, and we're gonna get this stuff welded. We need to, of course, load up this ship with as many materials as we can, and then we should be able to weld that entire thing in just one pass, which is gonna be awesome. Let's go ahead and remove some of this stuff because we don't need this anymore. And we'll just throw it in here, because why not? So for this mission, what I'm gonna need is a bunch of steel plates, a bunch of interior plates, construction components, and large steel tubes. So steel plates, interior plates, construction components, large steel tubes. Shouldn't be too difficult to do. The only problem is that I don't really have a place I can connect this. I guess I can temporarily make one just for this mission. All right, there's our connection. That's gonna make it really easy for us to... Oh, we're actually grabbing some hydrogen, nice. That's gonna make it really easy for us to get everything going. Okay. All right, let's start getting some steel plates in here. So we can store up to 46K stuff. So the first one I'm gonna load a bunch of steel plates into. I don't think we're gonna need this many, but I'm gonna give it 12K. And then I'm gonna give it a bunch of these as well. Let's go cargo 2. Actually, cargo 1, I don't think we are gonna need that many. So I'm gonna give it a couple more of these. Nice. Cargo 2, I'm gonna give it a bunch of large tubes. Ooh, that's gonna immediately eat up all the... How many large tubes do we need, do we think? We have about 150 of these. Each one needs 10 large steel tubes. So 10 times 150 is 1,500. So we'll do that. Okay, we are unfortunately gonna have to do 2 trips, I think, because we can't carry enough large steel tubes unless I put it in the connector, but I doubt that's gonna be able to hold. Yeah, that holds very few. So okay, we're gonna have to do it like this then. Or actually, hang on, these can store some. Okay, we might actually be able to do this in one trip. Let's give it a try. Let's disconnect right there, and then let's attempt to get this thing done. Oh man, this is gonna be interesting. All right, first of all, let's get it lined up, and then we're gonna get these welders in position, because currently they're in their normal driving position. Now, also, I'm gonna turn off the engine. These guys are very loud. We can turn them on if we need to. But anyway, let's hit the button for downward position. There it is. Oh, that looks so cool. And let's hit the button to turn these guys on. All right, now we should just be able to drive. We've got a couple of... Actually, do we have any gyros? We do have 1 gyro. It's not very effective, but it should be fine. Okay, so we're just gonna drive forward. And we should be able to get everything welded. In fact, if we look behind us here, we'll see that things are indeed getting welded as we go slowly. So I've called this, by the way, for now I've called it the steamroller, but if you guys have any better names for this thing, let me know in the comments below and we'll name it next episode. But it does kind of act like a steamroller, right? It just kind of slowly rolls over the thing, welding it up. Now I think we're only gonna do the floor in this episode because we're getting, you know, close on time. So we'll probably end it after we finish this floor here. But next episode, or yeah, probably next episode, we'll start with doing the ceiling of this thing. And then hopefully very soon into next episode, we'll have this entire tunnel built, lit up, and you know, everything done. And I think that'll be so cool. How's it look? Oh, so you can actually, oh, that's nice. You can actually look in first person now when this thing is aimed down. That's so cool. I love this thing. It's awesome. I'm gonna let it go for a little bit here. And I'm gonna see if I'm actually welding up all the stuff. Yeah, it looks like we do have all the blocks here. Nice, that's awesome. And of course you could set this on an override and just let it drive, but we're not doing that right now. That'd be so funny though, just tell it to go all the way to the end of the path. All right, well, here we go. I guess we'll get a little bit of a time lapse as we drive down the thing here. So let's have a little bit of a time lapse as we weld everything up. Hopefully we can get everything in the line. All right, everybody, we've reached the end of the line. We've gotten all the way through and welded all of this stuff up, and it's looking pretty good. Oh, I gotta watch out. Those are still on and hot. But there we go. There's our tunnel, the ground fully welded. We're not gonna complete this episode, but we are going to complete it next episode, and we'll have a very nice tunnel entrance right here. We didn't get, you know, I mean, it's a cool idea trying to dig a tunnel all the way to the PAM base, but I just think having a tunnel out of the thing over there is really neat, for me at least. But yeah, there we go. There's the entire tunnel right there, and I think it's looking pretty cool. Next episode we'll have this built up. But I think that's gonna be it for this episode. We did quite a bit in this one, starting with, I think we started with some PAM, a look at what we did with the PAM stuff. Then we did a lot of work on the AMG Sandstorm. We did this crazy, outrageous tunnel thing, and we built this very cool looking steamroller ship of, ow, oh my God, that hurt. We built this very cool looking steamroller ship over here, which I'm quite proud of actually. I think it looks a lot better than you know, usual for my ships, and it actually works very well as well, featuring the new flush cockpit block right there. And of course we had 2 Reaver fights in the thrown into the mix. But that's gonna be the end of episode number 39. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Very action-packed. If you did, please leave a like and leave a comment down below in the comments section, letting me know what you wanna see in the next episode. And I will see you all in the next episode of Space Engineers Survival.